Activate Magnetic Love Tarot. This reading is for October 5th, 2018. This is for the throat chakra. The frequency of the throat chakra is a blue flower of life and supports our self-expression and our sense of peace and balance. So go ahead and just focus on your throat chakra. And you may have guessed it's at your throat. And just feel your words align with the truth within, and just feel yourself connecting to that place that communicates clearly, effectively, with compassion, with an open heart, and can really navigate your ideas and words and self-expression in an incredibly clear and precise and powerful, loving way. Okay, fantastic. So let us begin. Had a few technical issues today, but I'm going to just jump in so that I can hopefully skip having another one. Okay, throat chakra. Let me just put this up a little bit more. For October 5th, 2018. Just getting grounded in, trusting your words. All right, we have our first card. The King of Cups. Okay, as the blessing of the throat chakra. And let's go into the challenge for the throat chakra. October 5th, 2018. Just waiting for a jumper. And if I feel guided, I'll just pick one. But I like the jumpers. There we go. Oh, okay. We get fortune. That's pretty fantastic. Let's see. All right. Oh, look at how beautiful that is. Love that. Oh, and our last card is the Six of Staves. All information on the decks I'm using will be in the description down below. All right, so starting out with the King of Cups as the blessing of the throat chakra. Well, look at that. I mean, just looking at the card, it's like, you know, he's focused on his cup, his offering, which, you know, in terms of the throat chakra is like taking the time to connect with your words and not speak reactively, but to connect with your heart. You know, that beautiful green cape he's wearing. And instead of like all the myriad thoughts that could come out, like that's what I'm seeing back here is like all the potential thoughts that could be going through the head, mind, is quieted, and because he's focused on communicating clearly from a place of compassion and a place of his truth. So like not letting the murkiness of the everyday muddle his words, and be very clear on what you're saying, taking your time to connect in deep enough so that what you are expressing is exactly right for what it is you're trying to convey. And so the King of Cups is deep emotion, and so the blessing is to be able to convey deep emotion in a clear way, which, you know, can often be, as I stumble over my own words, a challenge for a lot of us, because we get a lot of the chaos in the background, kind of muddling things up. But, this blessing is asking us to just take our time. Sometimes we might speak before we're ready to speak, and we say things we don't mean to say, or they come out in a way that's unclear or confuses things. And if we're just patient with ourselves and with our communication, the blessing is that we're able to dive deep with people. If we're willing to speak our truth and hear others' truth, then we can go many places with that. And yeah, that's beautiful. That feels great. Okay, so moving on to fortune. Look at how wonderful that is, and this is the challenge. And so it's like this, beautiful, beautiful woman playing her guitar, and just getting guidance, or listening to her muse, or her inspiration, or however you want to look at that. But she's definitely being guided and inspired. And I think sometimes that can be when we're feeling blocked in our, I feel like I keep on saying root chakra instead of throat chakra, which is interesting. So if I did, then maybe it's just a realization of how important it is to make sure we're rooted and grounded so that we could speak our truth in our root chakra. So with the fortune card in the challenge position of the throat chakra, it's to open up your throat chakra so that you can sing, so that you can share your music, so you can open up your vocal cords and express the inspiration, the the things that may be just, I want to say out of this world, but I don't mean that. I mean just the higher frequencies that sometimes we can be alone with our muse, and our inspiration, and when you share that inspiration, it can just be such a gift. And in order to do that, you have to really open up to confidence, and allowing your vocal cords to be heard and to resonate, and to, like the guitar, you gotta just let the body of the guitar be heard, that resonance. So yeah, the challenge is to maybe just open up your vocal cords, and if you find that, I'll have days where I'll find that someone will say something and I'm not quite awake yet, and I'll barely say anything, even though I think I'm responding, and then I'll be like, that was completely awkward. And so obviously, like, there's a resistance, a block in my throat chakra at that point, and potentially maybe there's something that wants to come in, but maybe I'm not looking up at the inspiration, and I'm not looking at my tools and my instruments, but instead I'm looking at the have-tos and the heaviness, and maybe that's like we need to stay connected to that inspiration, that the words, if you're clear on your words and what you're saying, that maps out your whole blueprint of your life. And so by taking the time to really know what the words are that you want to be speaking, and the conversations that you want to have, and the connections and the communications, and maybe you need to daydream about that. Maybe it's not manifested just yet, but I want to say woman-fested as well, which I don't agree with that saying. It sounds horrible, but you know what I'm saying. Like, just, male, female, equal energy, we're all one. That's just shining through. So, okay, moving on. So throat chakra. See, my throat is a little bit challenged. These readings have been more than anything for me, because my spirit, my soul, has really wanted to like show up daily, and I really want to be feeling incredible in my throat chakra, because I just feel a calling that I'm supposed to be sharing my gifts clearer and more confidently. And so that's really, my selfish reasoning for showing up with these readings is I need the push, I need the practice, I need to show up daily. And by doing so, my words will get clearer, and my message and my understanding of that clear intention that I'm walking in will manifest so perfectly and clearly. But yeah, finding your words and giving yourself time to daydream, to see what that might look like, feel like, sound like. Practicing with your throat chakra, what you standing in your power and communicating your truth looks like, sounds like, feels like, tastes like. And this bird just flew by just now. It's quite amazing. So yeah, so just stay connected with the inspiration that's within you that wants to be the music you're communicating. Because I think a lot of us can hold it back, and the throat chakra is happiest and healthiest when it's coming from a place of truth, and taking your time to find your words, connect with your words, and to really listen. It's about communication, so it's not just speaking and hoping people get what you're saying, but speaking and listening, and really listening to what other people are saying, as well as your inspirations, your muses, your whatever that might be for you, your religion, your higher calling, and that could be, whatever you have to do for work, but you're so passionate about it, it's like that your to-do list or your goals or your whatever it is that you got your eyes on, your sight on, and your target. Yeah, just give yourself room to daydream with it and to know the words you want to communicate, so that when those golden moments of communication come in, golden opportunities to communicate what you really, really, really want to share, that it just flows right out of you and becomes the normal way you communicate. And all of these things take practice, as my videos will show. But anyway, and you know what? Exactly where you are is exactly where you're meant to be. And yeah, I feel blessed to always want to be learning, new things, new ways to communicate clearer, be more present in my communications, and just remember to shake off the day and be present with what's showing up, because the golden opportunity is probably always right around the corner, and we're usually probably too busy with the hectic energy in the back of our minds to see all the golden opportunities. So that's that. That's what wants to come through for there. And then we have the Six of Staves as the advice. And that is that's a victory card. That's kind of like triumph, like, working hard and kind of going against all odds at some points. Like you definitely have been through it, potentially at the end of a war and victorious, or end of a challenge, or end of just some kind of conflict, and you got through it, and this is a celebration point where you're being recognized for making it to the other side, and people are looking up to you for that, and that's the advice is it's okay to, I think what I'm getting is, it's okay to get up there on your horse and speak your truth, and speak it loud and proud, and share your unique purpose that you want to share, whatever that may be. I think my dog is close to entering the frame. Nope, not today. That's Chachi. Anyway, but yeah, so the advice is to speak your truth, and not to be afraid of the leadership that calls upon you to speak more of your truth, or don't be afraid of, being that leader that you become after all the struggles you've been through. And, struggles are just like learning lessons, or yeah, exactly. It's just how we learn. And so don't be afraid to share what you've learned, and communicate it beautifully. And I like that he's resting. He's not like, yeah, I made it. He's just kind of peacefully right there holding his wand, or stave, and he's just like, yeah, okay, it's time to relax for a minute and kind of realize that I actually made it, and think about what's the next journey that I want to figure out and master my words for, so that I can create my path to the next journey. Fantastic. Okay. So I hope that resonated with whomever that was meant to resonate with. And yeah, just focus on giving yourself a pause for a minute before you speak, and try to catch yourself if you're just filling up space